Hello there, Mr. Sutton here, bringing you the IM382 Extra Practice Solutions on box and whisker plots. To construct a box and whisker plot from this data, let's first arrange it in order. So we've got a 1, a 2, 2 3s, and a 4. There we go. And now that I've got it in order, I can pick out the medians. So let's do first the median for the whole set. That would be this middle number 3 right here. And now I have to take the median of the lower half and the upper half. So my lower median, I really just have these two numbers to work with, 1 and 2. Since there's only two numbers, the median is going to be the mean of those numbers. So that's going to be 1.5. And then for the upper half, I just have these two numbers, 3 and 4, to work with. So the median is the mean of 3 and 4, which is 3.5. And now I'm going to put this on a number line. Since I've got such small numbers here, I'm thinking I'm just going to go by 0.5s for my grid lines, and I'll just go from 0.5 to, let's go to 4. Yeah, that'll cover everything I need. All right, so for my median, let me put a line for that first. That's at 3 right here. And then for my boxes, I've got to go from 1.5 to 3.5. So that's from all the way back here to just a little bit past over here. So that's the middle 50% of the data. And now for my whiskers, I'm going from 1 to 4. So that's from 1 over here to 4 over there, and there's my whiskers. On this problem, I want to create a box and whisker for this data. I'm going to need the median for this, so let me first sort this out. We've got a 1 is the lowest number, followed by a 2, another 2. We've got the 3 is the next number, and then we have a 5, an 8, a 9, and an 11. The median out of all of this, we've got two middle numbers here, 3 and 5. So we're going to take the mean of those to get the median. So that's going to be 4, halfway between 3 and 5. And now the lower median, which is going to be the left side of my my left box here, that's going to be the mean of these middle two numbers for the lower 4 numbers of my data. So the mean of 2 and 2 is also 2. And now I need my upper median for these 4 numbers over here. So that's going to be the average of these middle two numbers. That's going to be 8.5. And to get everything on the same number line, I made my number line go by 2s, and I went from 0 to 14. I probably didn't need to go all the way out to 14, but hey, we're here now. It's not going to hurt anything. So now let me put my median on there. That's all the way back here at 4. So this data is kind of clustered on the left half. And then for my box, that's going to go from my lower to my upper median. So from 2 to 8.5, which is somewhere around here. And now for my whiskers, that's going to go from my min at 1, which is over here, to my max at 11, which is all the way over here. For this box and whisker plot, we want to find some properties, including the median, which is going to be this middle line here, 17. We also want the min, which is going to be my left whisker over here at 13. We want the max, that's the rightmost whisker, here at 22. And for the interquartile range, that's going to be the upper median minus the lower median, the distance between those medians. So that's going to be 19 minus 14, giving me a distance of 5. On this one, we want the information listed here for the box and whisker plot. So for the median, that's this middle bar here of 69. For the min, that's my left whisker back here at 64. The max is my right whisker all the way over here, and this looks like it's going to be 75. And then for the interquartile range, we need the upper median, which is at 74, minus the lower median, the left side of the box, at 66, and that gives me a distance of 8. To get the median, min, max, and IQR for this box and whisker, let me start with the median. That's this middle line of 8. For the min, that's my left whisker, which going by this scale here, that looks like 6.5. For the max, that's my right whisker, which is definitely at 12. And then for the IQR, the interquartile range, that's going to be my upper median, which looks to be about 9.25. It's as good an estimate as anyone's going to get out of me here. And we're going to subtract from that the lower median, which is definitely at 7. So that's 2.5, or 2.25 rather, for the IQR. On this one, we want some information for this box and whisker plot. One of the things they want is the median, which it's kind of hard to tell here. It looks like it's about 16. Now this scale is going by twos, so halfway here would be 17, so that looks like maybe 16.5 if I had to get nailed down to a specific number there. That's as good an estimate as anyone could ask for. And now for the min, that's going to be my left whisker, which is over here. It's another one we're going to have to estimate. So let's see here. This hash line here is going to be 2. And going by the scale here, this looks like it's half of a hash line, so that should be 1 right there for the min. And then all the way over here, well, this one's at least on a grid line. That's 34 for the max. Now for the IQR, the interquartile range, that's going to be the upper median, this line here, which is definitely 26, minus the lower median back here at 4, and that's 22. For this problem, we want some characteristics of this box and whisker plot. One of them is the median. That's going to be this middle vertical line, which is at 56. For the min, we want the left whisker, which is back here at, let's see, going by this scale, this is half a grid line, and the grid lines are going by twos, so this is probably 49 back there if I had to estimate. And for the max, that's the right whisker, which looks like that's going to be 69, half a grid line to the right there. For the interquartile range, we have the upper median, which is 60, minus the lower median back here at, looks like 51, and that's going to be an IQR of 9. For this problem, which is kind of blurry, so I'll read it to you here. So the basketball team at Buchanan High School played 21 games last season, and here's a box and whisker plot giving the distribution of the team's scores for all 21 games. So we want to know which answer choice here represents the range of the team's scores for last season. So it's important to note here that range, which is not the same as interquartile range, this is the range for the whole data, not the middle 50%. The whole data's range is going to be the max minus the min, the highest minus the lowest value. So in this case, that's going to be 78 minus our min right here. It looks like it's going to be 42. And if we subtract those, that's going to be 36, which gives us choice B. For this multiple choice question, we have somebody making a stem and leaf plot showing noon temperatures over the course of 14 days, and we want to know the range of the temperatures based off this plot. So important to note on here that they're asking for range, not interquartile range. So interquartile range is the range of the middle 50% of the data. Though this just range here with no kind of modifier, that's just the range of all the data. So that's going to be the highest minus the lowest value, or max minus min. So the maximum value, since these stem and leaf plots are sorted out here, that's going to be the furthest leaf on the furthest stem. So we have a 6 and a 7. That means 67 on here. So that's our max value. And the min is the furthest to the left leaf on the highest stem. So that's going to be 33. So we subtract that from 67. That comes out to 34. And that's going to give us answer choice A. For this problem, we have this line plot, which is basically a dot plot, but it has X's instead of dots. And we've got, let's see, the amount of money that each person donated to a fundraiser at a library. Awesome. We want to know the median amount of money donated. So for median, you're basically taking all of these data items in order and picking the middle value. Well, the good news is, since these are on a line plot, everything is already in order. So we just have to find the middle value, which we'll do by just crossing off pairs of numbers that are at the opposite ends of the data. So we have this 5 over here and this 25 here that we can cross off, and then another 5 and another 25, another 5, another 25. This goes on for a while. We got a 5 and a 25, 5 and a 25. This is the last 5, and that crosses off this 25. And now we move on to the 10s. So we have a 10 and the last 25 there, another 10, and now the 20. A 10 and a 20 get crossed off. We have another 10, and now the 15 is getting crossed off. And that leaves us with just these 2 items. Now, if you have 2 items, the median is always the mean or average of those 2 items. So these are both 10s because their X is above the 10 spot here. So we basically have 10 plus 10 over 2, which is, of course, just 10. So that's our median, which means A is our answer.